Lauren, thank you so much for joining us at the Bentonville Film Festival. We're so happy to have you here. Today we're going to be talking about your film, Year One. I have had the fortunate experience of watching the film, but for the viewing audience who may not have seen it, what would you like them to know about the piece?
Yeah, it's semi-autobiographical, so it was inspired by personal experiences that I went through my freshman year of college, struggling with my own mental health, but fictionalized with new characters and new actors bringing them to life.
And this was your first feature full length, from my understanding.
It was indeed.
What was that experience like?
Yeah, I mean, it was the hardest thing I've ever done. You know, anyone who's made an indie feature film knows that. You know, like finding financing, putting it all together, finding people who want to work on something that has no guaranteed distribution, has no guaranteed success, but are just passionate about the subject matter and wanted to be part of something. So incredibly difficult, incredibly rewarding.
And you said this is, of course, partially based on your reality. Mm-hmm. Did you have friends and family that you talked with first to get some of their experiences too to add in, or just how organically your story flowed?
Yeah, I mean, I started writing this film when I was in college, and it was a couple years before I could even work up the courage to show the script to anyone or even tell people that I had written it. So it's very much based off of and inspired by my personal experiences and my journey. And, you know, as a filmmaker, as an artist, you know, your art is subjective. So you can only tell the story that you know. But I did, once I was able to start showing it to people and talking about people, so many people were like, I went through that. This particular scene hit me really hard because the same exact thing happened to me. And that sort of was validated, okay, there's something here. There's something that people can relate to.
And how are you finding the reception as you're going through this wonderful circuit we call film festival season, and you've got this film and more people are hopefully getting a chance to see it? How are you finding that experience?
Yeah, so yesterday was our world premiere. This is our very first festival. Hopefully there will be many more. But yeah, I mean, the reception at the theater was so great. I was talking to so many people who came up to me afterward and was just like, I went through something just like this. Parents came up to me and was like, my daughter went through something just like this. My son went through something just like this. And obviously, I don't wish people to be struggling or sad in any way, but it is really validating to know that lots of other people related to this deeply. And I, just hope that we can get the film out there and, show people that it's really common and it's not something to be ashamed of.
Well, and I'm going to give just a smidgen, little tiny thing away in that the mom is supportive as well, mm-hmm. Which, was that true for you, or is that something you decided to adjust? I know it's nice to see when the family supports when you're needing assistance to say, hey, I need help. And the mom even having said that she needed some once upon a time. Was that based on your experience or your hope for the future?
Absolutely. I think that's the thing in the movie that is most close to my personal experience is that, I'm very close to my family. My mom was incredibly supportive. My family was incredibly supportive, and I could never have gotten out of that time in my life without their push and their support. So, yeah, I mean, that was my experience. I'm so lucky to have a family that is so caring and supportive. And, they came to Bentonville this week to be here and saw the movie for the first time last night, and it was just it was really special.
That is awesome that you got to see it with your support system.
Yeah.
What piece of advice do you wish you had been given before you took this on that might have made another part of it a little easier or a little smoother for you?
Yeah. I think anyone who's ever made a film knows that you get 10 people telling you no before you get one person telling you yes. And got so many no's from so many things about shooting this location or casting this person or hiring this thing, or even just when I started to put it out there that I wanted to make the movie and I was pitching what it was about, so many people were like, I have a day job in Hollywood. No one wants indie drama. No one wants movies set in college. Nobody wants movies about mental health. And I did it anyway, but a piece of advice that I wish I had gotten was, don't listen to the people who talk about the marketplace and what the marketplace wants and what, audiences want. Make the movie you need to make. And like, if it resonates with people, then, you know, it will sell, or people will watch it and people will like it. So yeah, I'm glad I did it anyway.
Good. What was it like to work with the crew you had? I mean, did you have all newbie people? Did you have seasoned? How was...
Yeah, we definitely had skewed younger and a little bit newer. You know, low budget kind of attracts that crew. But yeah, we shot it in Chicago. I went to college in Chicago, and it was really important for me to have a Chicago-based production because I love the film community there. It's really tight-knit. It's really supportive. Everyone knows everyone. And so, yeah, it was like a mix of people that I knew before, a mix of people who were introduced to me for the project, and it was like the best crew. Like, every single person was awesome. Every single person I would absolutely work with again. I definitely have a no assholes policy, and we followed that it was very important for me that the set was comfortable, it was inclusive, more important than anything to me is that people had a good time and a good experience. And I mean, filmmaking is really hard, so you risk people for 12 hours a day. You have to like them.
Do you have any other projects upcoming, or you're doing the film festival, enjoying the moments right now, and then once the season is done, then you'll look at what's next?
Yeah, I think both. Definitely, you know, embarking on the festival circuit for sure, but I have a bunch of other projects I would love to do, some shorts, some features, and, you know, if I can get those into development with financing, that would be awesome. So definitely looking at that for sure, but I don't have anything like concrete coming up, but would love to.
And you are a younger lady and a younger generation, and you have a voice. How did you get the confidence to say, this is who I am and you're going to hear me talk?
Yeah. I mean, it was hard. Like I said, I had written the script and I didn't show it to anyone for like a couple of years, but I mean, it was scary. It's really scary. Like, I say that, like, anyone who sees this film has basically like watched my diary. Like, it's, you know, it's very personal. I don't know. I just had to do it. It was really scary, but I just did it.
I'm appreciative that you did.
Yeah.
For those of us that are following and watching and want to give you support or support this film, how's the best way to do that? How can they support you? How can they find out what you're doing next? And how do they support Year One getting to a broader audience?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a bunch of ways. So we're on social media. We're on Instagram. We're on Letterboxd. You know, if you can share information about the movie, you can share links to our media, you know, just getting it into a wider audience so more people know about it. If any press wants to cover it, that would be awesome. And then something else that we want to start doing that we're waiting for our world premiere, but we want to start bringing the film to colleges and have an impact campaign. So if anyone is interested in bringing the film to a university or to a high school, or wants to set up a screening somewhere, like, please reach out. We would love to get it to more audiences.
And what is the handle on socials for the film?
Yes, on Instagram we are at Year One Feature. That is our main social, but we're very active there.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today, and all the best for this. And you have a bright future. Keep talking where people can hear you.
Thank you so much.